Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Slayin' It with Radio podcast. I am your host, Radioslay. This podcast is a quick hitting one, meaning the episodes are only about 10 minutes long, and we cover everything, including life, sports, pop culture, you name it, we'll cover it. Today's episode, I know it affects pretty much everyone, and that's because it's about music. Music is near and dear to all of our hearts. We might like different genres, but there's something for everyone, which makes it really, really cool. Um, it, when I think about music, it's incredible how we as humans react to when we hear different kinds of music. And, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure there's something to do how our brains take those sounds, those coordinated sounds that we call music, and it makes us feel a lot of different emotions. And it's absolutely insane. And it is awesome, awesome stuff, deep stuff when you think about it. Music for me, what it means to me is, you know, I think it gives us life in a way. You could take something very plain, very dull, but you put music in the background, and all of a sudden it changes the tone, whether it's a movie, whether it's TV, maybe it's just seeing something, with your own two eyes out in nature. It's incredible how it brings that not only to life, but maybe it gives it additional life, an additional, uh, effect. And it's crazy what it can do for an individual, what it can do for art, um, and really with myself, I have to have music in my life. I mean, it's been a huge part of my life, going back to I don't remember when, but I know as far as playing music, it came to me randomly one day. My mom approached me and said, "You need to do an activity beyond the normal sports that you do." So I just happened to pick playing drums. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. It just clicked in my head to say, I want to learn how to play the drums. And I started taking lessons. I then joined a band with my friends, and I played for 10 or 15 years until I decided to hang it up. But I did have a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it, especially being in the band. We had like your typical basement garage type band, but being able to be with my friends, and making music, and that was the fun part. Because if you ever played an instrument and you're able to create your own music, and it's awesome, and I'm sure artists could tell you the same thing when they create their own drawings or sculptings or what have you. Those who design things on computers, putting the code together to put together video games, or a screenwriter being able to put a movie on the screen and watching their ideas come to life. Music's the same way, and it's awesome. And when you're able to put together your own song, whether it's writing your own lyrics, whether it's putting that beat together, and then bringing it all as one cohesive unit, it's amazing. It's amazing what one individual or a group of individuals can produce. And that was some of the fun, as well as we covered some songs from our favorite artists as well. And it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And, anybody who's ever picked up an instrument, I'm sure could relate. Um, but I have a lot of great memories, a lot of fond memories of playing in a band. We played our own small shows, and just the energy that music brings. Whether you're one of the musicians on stage playing, or if you're somebody in the crowd enjoying it, you could feel the energy. Not only from the music itself, but what the music can do for all those individuals, and it really brings you together. And again, it's amazing, amazing thing that we have in our lives. I mean, could you imagine, you know working out or taking a jog without music? Could you imagine, driving to work without music? Could you imagine, um you know going to parties or movies, or video games without any music? It's just dead silence. I mean, some of us would do it, but it would be absolutely boring. And then you integrate music to all of that, and it just it it really livens whatever it is. It makes you work out harder. At least for me, it makes your car ride more enjoyable. It makes the movie come to life. And it's it's just an awesome thing, isn't it? It's incredible what sounds. They're just sounds that are put together, and our brain is telling us this is beautiful. This is art. And I mean, my hat's off to anybody who's involved with music. And there's a lot of different facets. You can be a writer, you can be an actual musician, you can be, uh, one of those sound guys that records it. So there's so many aspects to it, and I just thank anyone who puts together music, because our lives would not be the same without that music. Um, but it's really something that is a powerful tool, and it really can it brings us together. I mean, it really does. We can always find common ground as far as the styles of music that we like. Again, I mentioned concerts. I mean, how many concerts have you been to that you can make some good friendships there? You can bond with complete strangers because you have that commonality with them, that hey, we like the same type of music. And it's awesome. It's awesome, awesome stuff. It's just something that I was thinking about the other day, and when I wanted to do this podcast, I'm like, it's something sometimes we take for granted. When we turn on the TV and start watching a movie, we just know that there's going to be some kind of musical score in the background. We power on our devices, our iPods, our iPads, and or iPhones, and uh, just start listening to music like when we go out for a run, and we don't sit there and think, how much it took to put those songs together. That individual or individuals that came up with that song to make our lives more enjoyable, and it's incredible. It really is. So, um, what are your guys' thoughts on music? Have you played music? Are you a musician? I'd love to hear all your experiences, what music means to you, because for me, it's everything. I may no longer, create music and play music on an instrument, but I have the utmost respect for it, and utmost respect for anyone who picks up an instrument and creates their own music. So love to hear what your thoughts are. Feel free to leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys as far as anything that music brings to your lives. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff to all my socials up here. If you want to catch me live and talk to me about music, which we now started playing music on my Twitch channel. We are live typically on Sundays from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesdays and Fridays that'll be at 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as well as any topic, if you guys want to talk about anything, you want to hear me talk about something, feel free to throw that comment out there as well. Let me know when I'm live. I'll most certainly take a look at it, and if I have enough background to it, I will certainly make a podcast out of it. But we're just about out of time. Appreciate it. Remember, guys, stay safe out there. Do something nice for someone. Stay hydrated. We'll catch you next time on Slaying It with Radio.